The other day, we received an email from a parent that was so concerned because their student had told them, I might lose my chance to get into my dream school if I check this box where I need financial need. Now, there are still some schools that consider the student's ability to pay the bill in their admissions decision, but it is an outdated process, and many schools are moving towards a need blind system where that isn't a determining factor. So that's what I want to talk about in today's video. I want to talk about the difference between need blind and need aware schools and whether your family needs to consider that when you are going through the admissions process with your student. Now, make sure you hit subscribe because every week we release a new strategy to help making paying for college more affordable for your family. Hey there, my name is Jocelyn Pearson, founder of the Scholarship System and Debt Free Degree Lab, where we redefine paying for college to help families make a strong financial decision when it comes to college rather than one where they're buried in debt for decades. Now, our families have secured well over $12 million, 12.06 to be exact to date, and we're not stopping there. So again, make sure you hit subscribe because we've got tons of strategies to help you. So let's get into what is the difference between need aware and need blind. So this family, they were terrified. They said, oh my gosh, if we tell them that we need money, does that mean that we don't get in? And that could be a concern for you. So let's define what the difference is. So first, let's talk about need-aware schools. So this is not necessarily a negative thing, okay? So need-aware schools, they do consider a student's ability to pay the bill in their admissions decision. Now, students shouldn't feel discouraged when filling out an admissions application for a college that is need aware just because if they do need financial aid, then if they have a strong, well-rounded application, they still may admit them. And in fact, maybe it could help them to get some kind of demographic, a different kind of income level of a student. So it's not necessarily need aware in the sense that, okay, if you need money, then we're not going to let you in because you have to pay the bill. Now, as far as making sure we're well-rounded and we're submitting a competitive application, I do have an entire video on that with 5 application tips to help your students stand out. So we'll link to that in the description along with all the other incredible free tools I'll mention in today's video. So check out the description after this. But that being said, if accepted, sometimes need-aware universities are able to meet your student's financial need better than one that is need blind because they admitted them knowing they're going to need money. We can earmark this money for them, and this is how they can make this more affordable. So again, it's not like they're saying, okay, we're going to look at their financials, and if they're not good, then we're not going to admit them. It could be the opposite, where we're going to look at their financials, and if they need money and we've got it, then we've got to let them in. So that's important to just decipher there. Now, on the other hand, need blind universities, they admit students solely on their competitiveness and their application. So they do not consider financial need when making their admissions decisions. Now, you can also argue that maybe this would help students that have financial need because it's purely based on their merits, or maybe this can help students that have high income levels for their families because it's purely based off their merits. So again, it can go either way depending on the schools, depending on the committee member. But it's still important to just understand what we're talking about here. Now, most of those big name schools, Harvard, Yale, Duke, these are just some of the few. These are need blind schools and there are many more schools that are moving in their direction. If this is a concern for your family, then you can actually have your student contact the admissions department and ask, are you need blind or are you a need aware school? And based on that, they can decide how to approach the process. Now, that said, we never want to lie on an application to avoid admitting we need aid. So don't skip checking the box for financial need because we're worried about it. We have to be honest. And because if your student does not check the box, they may not even be eligible for anything then after the fact. They can't go back and say, oh, just kidding, I need this money. So we always want to be honest on our applications. Now, the other thing that I want to point out, and this is regardless of whether your student pursues need-based or need-aware, is that they should always apply for scholarships outside of the college as well. So private scholarships or third-party scholarships. I have an entire training, my 6 steps to securing scholarships, that you can go through with them. It'll teach you how to build that list of legitimate scholarships, but it'll also talk about the importance of this money and where we can get it, what kind of money is out there, and everything that you need to know to get started. So you can check out that training. We'll link to it in the description. It should pop up somewhere here on the screen, or you can go to thescholarshipsystem.com/free training. But that training is a great complement to trying to get financial aid from universities. Now, comment below, did you know that there is a difference between need aware and need blind schools? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. And what do you think is fair to students? I would love to know. So that said, both types of schools, they have their own benefits and their own cons, but it's important that students do their due diligence in determining which schools they would like to apply to. And this is just another one of those criteria, those characteristics about universities that we want to know before we apply. So again, don't forget to hit subscribe, because every week we have a new strategy for you on paying for college. And this is just one of those topics where we just need to know what we're signing up for when we do. And if you have a topic that you are unsure of, that you are starting to face in the college admissions process or the paying for college process, comment below and let us know, and we can put that in our agenda for covering in one of our future weekly videos. All right, again, it's Jocelyn with the Scholarship System, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye now.